Okay, here we are back at the elevator, the old freight elevator at the old mill building. Once again, as you can see, before we bought the building, scavengers had ripped out all of the copper off of the control mechanisms for the elevator. So I've got the 10 horsepower motor working as an idler motor, the antique GE motor, in the power room. And I've run the three-phase out here, and I want to show the operation of the elevator using the recommended motor. Once again, please don't give me comments on all this temporary wiring. I know it's dangerous, and if as I get everything working, we'll put all this back together properly conduited. It is properly grounded, as you can see, so at least we've taken care of that. Okay, here goes everything. We're going to power on the three-phase motor. We've got it wired direct because all the controls are operated. I have to watch it closely and shut off the power before the hydraulic pushes the elevator up too high and breaks something. So here we go. You can see the elevator is rising. It rattles a little bit near the top. It needs some grease on the top railings. Shut off the power. And as you can see, the freight elevator is all the way up into position, which helps immensely for carrying construction materials like drywall and everything, which is the reason I'm taking the time now to see if I can get this thing in operation. Now we have to use a bypass to short the little electronic valve that releases the hydraulic, basically it doesn't use the motor to go down, it's gravity feed and just drains the hydraulic fluid from the cylinder, allowing the elevator to decline. So here we go. See the fluid coming back into the tank. Now we're all the way down. Fluids returned to the tank. And that's about the 10th time I've ran that elevator up and down. Nothing, including the actual pump motor, has any heat to it. Running cool and smoothly. So I think it's time to replace the hydraulic oil, grease these elevator guide rails, and run it a few more times, see if I can get rid of the shaking at the top. If that all goes well, I'm going to test it under a load, and if it lifts the load that I'm expecting it to lift, then I'm going to wire this thing up appropriately, and we will have a working freight elevator. If I feel very ambitious, I might attempt to reconstruct the actual control mechanism so that the elevator operates from what was once a push button system, that automatic call button as you see on every other elevator. But a lot of missing wires. Looks like all the major components are there. Someone just salvaged the copper out of it. Might be able to recreate it with a nice afternoon and maybe a whiskey Coke or two. All right, thanks. See you next time.